Top 10 games of 2022.
Number 10, Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Forbidden West took what Zero Dawn did good, and it does it great. The open world was filled with stuff to do and familiar places to see, and I'll never not have a huge grin while fighting a giant robot snake. And thank goodness the combat is amazing. It was a blast to start picking off components and taking down a machine 10 times your size. If you like the first one, then you'll love the sequel. And let's hope that Sony can pull off a great trilogy.
Number 9. As Dusk Falls. Games like Life is Strange and Telltale Games have found great success in allowing players to make impactful decisions in a completely narrative-focused video game experience. As outstanding as so many of those games have been, I would argue As Dusk Falls is a new peak for the genre due to its unrivaled scale of effect gamers are allowed to have on the narrative. Following truly intense movie-worthy scenes, players are shown a web of potential outcomes that could have unfolded based on the slightest change in their choices. This level of freedom within a brilliantly written story, along with outstanding voice acting and a very unique moving images art style, led to a memorable and highly enjoyable experience. Number 8. Multiverses. Multiverses was never going to be Smash. Luckily, that wasn't the goal of developer player-first games. What this brand new platform fighter managed to accomplish was to give players a perfectly adjacent experience, almost a companion game to boost the genre in games like Smash. In the same way that Smash allowed players to play as their favorite character throughout video game history, Multiverses has opened the door to the idea that we could see any of our favorite pop culture characters fight each other in fun and frenetic platform combat. As kids, who thought we would be able to set up a fight between Batman and Bugs Bunny? Or Shaggy and the Iron Giant? Thanks to number 8 on our list, so many of us have been able to connect with some of our favorite childhood shows and movies, and that alone is worth celebrating.
Number 7, Nobody Saves the World. What a huge surprise. This game hit me with almost no hype and no warning. I'm so happy this game came to Game Pass, and man, what a huge get. This is a perfect Game Pass game. The fun gameplay and the switching main characters always leaves you striving to unlock the next one. Nobody Saves the World is a very fun game that I recommend for all gamers.
Number 6, Madison. Sometimes a game comes out of nowhere and blows you away from start to finish. For us, Madison did just that. This game delivered some of the most effective jump scares we've ever encountered in a video game. Its unique camera mechanic was perfectly executed, and the puzzles, smartly spaced across its roughly 5-hour story, were satisfying without being too obtuse for players to manage in a reasonable time frame. The story is simplistic but ominous and immersive, and the sound, environment, and character designs were all stellar and added up to a horror game that we would recommend to any thrill-seeking horror fans.
Number 5, Sifu. Sifu was a big surprise for gamers in 2022, taking roguelike elements and combining it with great combat, and it just went together like peanut butter and jelly. There are 5 unique levels in this game, and each one was interesting and different, and the boss fights are like some of our favorite anime moments. It is for sure a just one more run type of game, and hopefully we aren't too far away from a sequel. Number 4, Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Kirby and the Forgotten Land is one of the most delightful games Nintendo has made to date. Kirby has been a franchise that hasn't gotten his due in a while, but finally Kirby stepped into the 3D world, and I'm hoping that is the path going forward. With multiple epic set pieces and some of the best music this year, this little pink puff is no longer forgotten.
Number 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Billed as a return to form for the series after forgettable Cold War and Vanguard games, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 hit the nail on the head. While nothing spectacularly new was brought to the table, they still managed to make a fun-ass game to play. Bringing back fan-favorite characters and a fun but short story, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 really shines where it always has, the multiplayer. From Search and Destroy to DMZ, you'll dump countless hours into it with your friends. This game will hold your attention until they release the next installment in the franchise. Number 2, God of War Ragnarok. A damn near perfect sequel that improved on all the areas that were criticized in the first game. The combat is heavy and improved with a new weapon to try out. The mocap and voice acting are top notch, and the character arcs make you think and fall in love with all the twists and turns in the story. This game is at the top for a reason, and everyone agrees. It's amazing. Even if you only have an Xbox, I implore you to find some way to play this game.
Number 1, Elden Ring. From my very first steps in Elden Ring, I knew I would be writing it as the best game of the year. This game is not only the best game of 2022, but arguably among the best of all time. There's thousands of hours of praise for Elden Ring available on YouTube right now, so I won't go point by point with what makes it a masterpiece. But I'd like to use this time to express my gratitude for such an amazing time to be a gamer. A year like this, with games like Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok delivering more than we could have hoped for, makes me feel like we have arrived at that precipice that we all dreamed of as kids.
If you like the list, please like, subscribe, and share.
That's all for now, and we'll see you next time.